Otto cycle is proposed by Nicholas Otto in 1876, which forms the basis for working the today's spark ignition engine. This is basically a constant volume heat addition cycle, and this is proposed by Nicholas Otto in 1876. So this is applied for SI engine or spark ignition engine. So let's see the PV and TS diagram of this Otto cycle. The process 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 is the engine when working in full throttle condition, and this represents the suction and exhaust process, and this is neglected. Process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression of air when the pistons moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. During the process 2 to 3, what happens? The heat is supplied reversibly at constant volume. This process corresponds to spark ignition and combustion in the actual engine. The process 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and process 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. So 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. This process is similarly shown in TS diagram. Here the 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. The Otto cycle is also known as constant volume cycle because heat addition is done at constant volume. So the other name of Otto cycle is constant volume cycle. So let's derive thermal efficiency of this Otto cycle. Thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency all knew that denoted by eta. Otto cycle. So here we write Otto equals to efficiency of Otto cycle equals to heat supplied minus heat rejected by heat supplied. Here heat supplied at constant volume. So QS will be mCV T3 minus T2. Here heat is supplied, and heat rejected QR will be mCV T4 minus T1. Here heat is rejected. Therefore, efficiency of Otto cycle will be mCv T3 minus T2 minus mCv T4 minus T1 divided by mCv T3 minus T2. Or we can write efficiency of Otto cycle is T3 minus T2 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. We are neglecting here the M and CV. So it can be also reduced to 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. The process 1 to 2 and the process 3 to 4 is isentropic process. Therefore, we can write T2 by T1 equals to V1 by V2 whole to the power gamma minus 1 and T3 by T4 equals to V4 by V3 whole to the power gamma minus 1. The volume ratio V1 by V2 equals to V4 by V3. This is equals to compression ratio R. R is compression ratio. So therefore, T2 by T1 equals to T3 by T4. We can write so T4 by T3 equals to T1 by T2 equals to T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. So, efficiency of Otto cycle will be 1 minus T1 by T2, because we have written previously efficiency of Otto cycle equals to 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. Or we can write 1 minus 1 by V1 by V2 whole to the power gamma minus 1, because we have written previously what? T2 by T1 equals to V1 by V2 whole to the power gamma minus 1, because the process 1 to 2 is isentropic process. So this is the relation between T and V in case of isentropic process. Or we can write efficiency of Otto cycle equals to 1 minus 1 by r to the power gamma minus 1, because V1 by V2 equals to R. So this is the final equation for efficiency of Otto cycle. Efficiency of Otto cycle will be 1 minus 1 by r to the power gamma minus 1. So from here we can say The efficiency of Otto cycle is a function of compression ratio R and the ratio of specific heat, that is gamma. As gamma is assumed to be constant in case of any working fluid, so the efficiency can be increased by increasing the compression ratio. That's all for today's class. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me anything. If you like the video, please share with your friends. For more updates, subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thanks for watching.